9 o'clock, we'll call this meeting to order.
Thacker.
Here.
Delozier.
Here.
Hill.
Commissioner
Gentlemen, we
Blue.
have quorum.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Hill, would you lead us in prayer?
Yes, sir. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the many blessings. We just ask for your favor today, Father, as you breathe on the citizens of this great state. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Item number 5, approve, disapprove minutes, July 15th, 2013. Second.
Thacker.
Aye.
Delozier.
Aye.
Helms. Motion's been carried and approved.
Item 6, new business. Is there any new business that the gentlemen know of? Item 7, announcements.
I do have one announcement. We're going to move the flame. This time we're going to do it. The ceremony will begin at 11 a.m. on Monday, July 29th. It'll be extinguished. Let's see. As the flame is extinguished, Claremore Junior ROTC will light a hand torch, and they will march it to VFW Post 2976, located at 1717 West DuPont Street, and relight the flame. Everybody's welcome to come.
Okay, thank you. Any other announcements? Item number 8, unfinished business. Number 1, discussion and possible action regarding maintenance agreement between Genesis of Oklahoma, LLC, and Rogers County Board of Commissioners. For the treasurer, this item was tabled from July the 8th and July the 15th, 2013. Yes.
Mr. Risky has approved it this time.
Does anyone have questions? Or?
Make motion to approve. Second.
Thacker.
Aye.
Delozier.
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 2, resolution number 2014-15 for lease purchase agreements for 19 sheriff's vehicles between the Board of County Commissioners and Welch State Bank. This item was tabled from July the 15th, 2013.
That one's been approved. Awesome.
Questions?
I think the only problem was the resolution, wasn't it? Just giving the numbers right. Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker.
Aye.
Delozier.
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 3, public hearing with discussion and possible action for request of zoning change planned unit development from C4 to RS30 to PUD, that the intended use of the property after rezoning PUD approval is for single-family residential. The applicant, K&S Development, is here, and the legal description is reflected in your agenda. Director Curtis.
Yes, Commissioner. This was tabled so that the Planning Commission, the developers, could meet with the citizens out in the area of the new Fossil Creek PUD. We did meet on Monday at 11 a.m. We met with 7 citizens out there and discussed with them this project. There were a number of concerns that were brought forward. I'll go through them quickly. One was residential water runoff from the development, and I informed them, along with the engineer for the project, that our subdivision regulations will require them to submit a plan that will prevent, water runoff for a 100-year event, 25-year, 50-year event, 10-year event. Additionally, the concern of a privacy fence around the property. The developer was very gracious in working with the citizens and is willing to put in a privacy fence around the entire property so that that subdivision will be separated from the current subdivision that's to the south. Traffic control along 161st Street and Highway 20. I noted that during the planning process that subdivision will be providing some additional easement space so that turn lanes will be in there later on whenever the county comes through and develops that roadway. Another concern was that the new subdivision will have a homeowners association. The developer noted that the new subdivision will have a homeowners association in place at the time that they're ready to sell lots, and then whenever it will be taken over and filed in the clerk's office as well. One last note of concern was a culvert in the subdivision that needed to be cleaned out, but that was separate from the new subdivision going in.
Commissioner Helm, this is in your area. Do you have any?
It's a public hearing, so it's, the applicant's here, and there's also, if anybody's in opposition to it, needs you to address the board, your name, you'll have to give your name and your address to the board, and the response is only to the board. So let's just start with those in opposition.
I just
Yes,
have
ma'am.
something to say. I'm not really in opposition, but
Okay.
first of all, my name is Candy Reisinger. I live at 16527 East 112th Street North in Owasso. I'd like to thank everybody who is involved in this for coming to that meeting. I think it was very productive. These two young gentlemen right here ran the gauntlet and managed to survive. We chewed on their ankles a little bit, but they're okay.
We give them shots.
The one thing that I was reading in the PUD, it says the dwelling size of these houses, including the garage, is 1,800 square feet. Has that been resolved? I mean, is it really including the garage? Does that mean that the house will be
In the meeting 2 weeks ago, it was concluded that that is not including the garage.
not including the garage? Okay, that takes care of that one. Okay. And you have already addressed the culvert, which will be repaired, and that will make sure that I don't get flooded out. I certainly do appreciate your putting the fence up. That's going to help a lot for us. My babies and grandbabies play in that yard, and I don't really want to be bothered with snakes and rabid skunks and what have you. I'm not a developer. I'm not into construction, but is it possible for them to do the easement first and then put up the fence so that when they do start doing the construction, that we won't be bothered along that south end with animals and snakes and what have you? Because I really am concerned about that.
Well, because it is a PUD, and because the PUD allows us to have more say in what they do, Mr. Curtis can direct them in that direction.
Oh, okay.
Right now is to simply change the zoning and to get it from C4 to this RS30 and go forward on that.
Okay, and the only other
If
concern
it
that I
passes.
have is putting the entrance on 161st. I mean, it's already a goat road trying to get out on Highway 20 now, because you've got my development, you've got Tallgrass Prairie, you've got Chestnut Farms, and we're all using that 161st corridor. And I would really, really prefer that they have the entrance to that development off of Highway 20 if at all possible.
They have one entrance that they have on Highway
I
20.
know that one, but I would like two different, and none on 161st. And sort of that, I appreciate everybody's help. Thank you very much. See, you survived, didn't you?
Thank you. Were there others, excuse me, in opposition? Okay.
Okay, Mr. Joel, would you come up to the front and explain some of the things that you plan on doing for these citizens?
Yes, we met with them and I showed Candy and the others that were out there what our houses are going to look like, what our entrance is going to look like, what the fencing around the perimeter is going to look like, and I think they were all happy with what that was going to be. It's similar to a subdivision we have in Owasso called Blvd, which is a nice neighborhood. We also agreed to put a fence up in the back along between us and the property to the south. And so, in regards to clearing the right-of-way for the easement, put the fence up at the beginning of the development, we're fine with that. Regarding the entrances off 161st and Highway 20, I think we need both of them. We'd like access to 20 and, of course, have the option to come on so that everyone can come on 161st and go south into Owasso or get on the highway and come to Claremore. So, with that, if there's any other questions.
Well, will you work with Larry on ingress, egress on 161st? See if that's possible to help alleviate some of the concern that Ms. Reisinger has. And some of this is not telling you they have to do it, to look at it and see what that looks like before you bring your plans back. Because all we're talking about here is zoning, so before you build, you bring your building plan, your preliminary, and then a final, that we look at that piece so she can see what that will look like.
Sure, sure.
Okay, that will conclude the public hearing portion of this.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the PUD as it's stated in changing the C4 to RS30 for this development.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Okay, item number 10, plats. Public hearing with discussion and possible action on the final plat of the Ridge. The applicant Nice Shall Bow, LLC, current zoning RS10. Legal description is reflected in your agenda. This is also in District 2. Commissioner Helm.
This is a public hearing on the discussion of the final plat. Is there anyone in opposition to the plat? Is the applicant here? Seeing there is no opposition to the plat, Mr. Curtis, can you tell us how we got to this place?
Yes, Commissioners. This final plat came before the Planning Commission on August 7th, I believe, of last year. It was approved by the Planning Commission 5-0. The applicant has moved forward with the construction process and has finished out the construction process and is requesting final plat approval by the Board of County Commissioners. Letters from the Water Department, letters from the District 2 road foreman have approved. The bond is in place along with, the engineers have signed off on everything.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the plat as presented.
I'll second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Also, Chairman, I make a motion to approve the roads as being accepted into the county maintenance. And the bond.
You submitted this for the
That's, I now
Record.
submitted and the original is in there.
Thank you.
original of that.
Oh, okay, well, either one.
Okay. Anything further on that?
Just a second to the approving of the roads into the county maintenance. I made a motion.
Oh, I'll second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 11, roads and bridges, approval and signing of construction plans for Spunky Creek Bridge Project. Job piece 206-4204, BRO number 166D-143. This is in District 3. Mr. Kellogg.
What we've got here is we're sending will be the first and middle of the final set of plans, if you don't mind, up to ODOT, which requires that the board has looked at the set of plans and will sign the cover sheets, which I will leave with the clerk, so you don't have to sign them today, or she doesn't have to stamp them today.
You two settle down.
So anyway, Spunky Creek looks a lot like it did, other than it's a 50, 60, and a 50-foot span, and some right-of-way adjustments that are still pending. So, but anyhow, should see this one let by ODOT in September or October.
Bid letting in September or for October.
That'll be in ODOT's control. Here are your covers that they'll all need to sign.
Thank you.
It's about that right there. You want those?
Any questions?
No, I'll keep it.
Yeah, I need mine.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Number 2, Guy Engineering Services Incorporated for special inspection of county road system bridges in Rogers County District 2, invoice number 66SP13, in the amount of $907.91. Commissioner Helm.
Chairman, this is a bridge in Rogers County that was given to us by the state of Oklahoma. It's on a 6 months inspection. As you know, in our CEDs, bridge inspections are done by the yards. Submit the invoice and the inspection from Blvd Engineering for approval.
Questions? Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Do we have anything under item 12?
No.
Do we need to sign it? That's for you. Item number 13, transfer of funds, 26-110, Health Department salaries to 26-400, Health Department capital outlay in the amount of $10,000. Ms. Mary Beth.
One of the heat and air units is down, and it's, well, they're like 23, 24 years old. It's a ground source heat and air unit, and they will probably continue to go.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 14, utility permits. Number 1, Oklahoma Natural Gas boring to cross county highway or local road, west Lowry Road, 1.3 miles north and 0.25 miles west of State Highway 88 and State Highway 20 junction, and further described as 40 feet west of the southeast corner of Section 31, Township 22 North, Range 16 East. Commissioner Helm.
Mr. Curtis, is the utility permit in order and complete?
It's not in here.
Where do you go?
I believe it is complete and it's in order, and we also have the bond for it, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item 15, claims, salaries, July 2013.
This is the payroll verification and the claims,
Okay, do we have any terminations?
on the front page.
Okay. Was everything in order on those?
On the terminations, yes.
Okay. Questions?
I have two exceptions. The deferred savings plan does not have enough cash in it. The carryover wasn't as large this year as it was last year, so I guess they didn't hit that problem last year until August. My question is, I have a transfer here prepared that is not on the agenda, that could be new business, but why do we use 99 deferred savings cash plan instead of the 20-201 general fund deferred savings?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because that's where it's going to be transferred from, and I don't understand why we're not just using it directly from there.
That's the one, the 2200 or 201 has always been there. I have no idea why we don't use it.
And that's where they get the money to put into the cash 99 deferred savings. But I don't understand why. I can switch all the 99 deferred savings to come out of the 20-201 directly. So the deferred savings match comes directly from that fund, or that account within the general fund. I just didn't understand why it has its own cash fund.
Neither.
And it's coming from the general fund going into it, so. If so, I can correct that problem, and this last page will not say out of money on this $47,100 in deferred savings. And this is just a budget issue, you know, of how to get these things done before July 1, and I wasn't aware that we had to have money in there, because when we did temps, there was $30,000 put into deferred savings.
But it was put to 2201.
Were we paying in arrears?
No, they transferred last year in August. They carried over money from 11/12 to 12/13, and it was $7,000, and it covered July. And then in August, they made a purchase order out of the general fund and deposited it into a cash fund.
I say leave it 2201.
So I can make that change, and it'll correct this, because there is $30,000 in there, in the temp money. The other exception that I have is the court clerk. They have had a judge gone, and they haven't been able to get their papers signed, and I need a reimbursement for her fund to do payroll, so they don't have the money. And they're supposed to have it today, but I don't have it at this time. So I don't know what time today that will be. So there's not, on this last page, it'll show you where they're out of money.
Here.
I talked to Jennifer this morning, and she said she's waiting on a judge.
I'm saying we need to, we'll pass that, and if nothing else, we'll recess the meeting until they do get that done, so we can get, because we can't approve those, paying those when we don't have the funds.
Okay.
Actually, we're here to approve the payroll, we can hold that
Yes.
until they get the transfer, until we get this done.
On the
It's a
court,
state.
on the court clerk.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree, you can hold that. You can recess the meeting until they get a judge's signature, as long as it's today, before 5. And second of all, I understand the question now of the transfer funds, no longer a question if you use the different funds.
Yes, if they'll approve that 20-201 from the general fund to be used, then I can just change that on the payroll to come from that.
And then as soon as the judge signs the order, then you'll have the funds to, and then we can approve.
You guys will need to approve the reimbursement. I don't know if they put the reimbursement on the agenda, because we didn't have it in our hands, so it's probably gonna be new business, because we didn't have it available to put on the agenda.
So we can do both these issues under new business after we recess.
Unless somebody tells me different, I don't see the question of reimbursement on the agenda from the court clerk.
It won't be.
Okay. And Ms. Jackson, when did you become aware that there was not enough funds in the court clerk's funds to make this payment?
Friday night.
All right. And that information came to you after the agenda was posted,
Yes,
and you did not know about it at the time the agenda was posted?
correct.
Then it would qualify for new business on that issue.
Thank you.
We have a motion?
I think let's just pass over this and leave paying of the,
Approve them all with those exceptions, because if they don't come back,
well, we'll just recess the meeting and then we'll do something at the end.
So approve the salaries that we have now that are complete,
Right.
and then come back up.
with the exceptions.
Would that help you?
Yes, I'm going to go change all those 99 matching to the 20-201, if you'll approve that in a motion. That will allow me
That'd
to
be a
go
new
change
business.
that.
That's a new business.
Okay, on the transfer from accounts, is that information that you knew at the time the agenda was posted?
I believe they're not wanting to transfer at this point, they just want to redirect where the matching for deferred savings is coming from. So it won't be an actual transfer, it'll be a change on the payroll, that instead of it coming, the matching deferred savings coming from a cash fund, it'll come from the general fund where the temporary appropriations were put in.
So it's a bookkeeping matter, the funds are
Yes.
available, it's simply a bookkeeping.
Yes.
I don't see that, you're approving the payment is what you're doing. The fund you pick it from is immaterial, you're approving the payment on this issue.
I'm gonna make a motion to pay all claims with the exception of the court clerk. I guess that's the only one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's the only one.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
motion carried and approved.
Do we have any attendant quick care?
No, sir, we don't.
Item number 16, blanket purchase orders.
Number one, and we only have one
One only? Okay, would you read that, please?
District 1 to County Building Center for supplies needed for operation of county warehouse, $100.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
motion's been carried and approved.
We have nothing down to item 19. Agenda item number 1, update by BKL Incorporated and Flintco regarding courthouse and 911 center projects. Mr. Reed.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, sir.
I think both projects seem to be doing real well. I've been discussing with BJ the status of the EOC construction over at the jail and also the 911 center. I have not been to either site in a couple of weeks, so that's my task after the meeting is to go over there. As far as I know, everything's going very well. That's good.
Questions? Okay. Mr. Fay.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
We're installing the millwork at the EOC. We're gonna start painting this week on that. And then on the 911 center, we've got the AC on, we're doing painting, finishing up, do both ceiling activities, and next week we plan on putting the grid ceiling in it, so it's moving along nicely.
Questions for Mr. Fay?
When will the millwork, when will you be done with it?
We, the light fixtures are
Hold up.
hold up. They'll be in the second week of August, so that's when that project will wrap up.
All right. Good, thank you. Item number 2, maintenance agreement between Genesis of Oklahoma, LLC, and Rogers County Board of Commissioners for the treasurer. Is this the same?
We've already done that.
No, it's a different one. It's a different one.
Okay.
This is for a shredder. The other one was for the copier.
Monthly amount is $32.91. Questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 3, independent contractor agreement by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Rogers County and Alan Snyder, District 1. Commissioner Delozer.
This is the electrical contractor that is wiring my warehouse. Motion to approve. Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 4, independent contractor by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Rogers County and Failsafe Security for District 3. This is our alarm system at the warehouses. Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm, motion's been carried and approved. Item number 5, discussion and possible action regarding the utilization of Rogers County Courthouse and multi-purpose room for employee wellness, HR.
Hi.
Director Bentley.
I've had several employees approach me about using our multi-purpose room after hours for exercise. This would not be anything with large equipment. It would be showing videos, small armbands, those sort of thing. I am very, I would like to see this happen for our wellness. We offer just a place, a room for it. This helps us out immensely. It can lower our premiums for our health care. It can lower our absentee days. The healthier a person is, the less they miss, they're actually able to fight illness more. Having a convenience of an on-site, just a room, it makes it more likely that employees will exercise. They don't get to go home and get into the run-of-the-mill of life things. They can actually kind of come here, detox from work, and then go home and do what they need to do for their family life. It wouldn't cost us anything. I talked to Renetta Harrison at the Rogers County Health Department. She would be able to teach a couple of free classes for us, exercise, nutrition-wise. They do tobacco cessation classes, those sort of things. Questions or comments or?
Is this just for employees?
It can be for employees and family. It would be after 5, so the building would be locked down.
Okay, security.
Okay.
How does security feel about this, Jerry?
I'd have to check and see if we have anybody
That's the only issue I got. Just making sure they're okay with it on security.
I have waivers, you know, that they would obviously have to sign to make sure that we're covered, that it's not related to their position, and if their injuries are not workers' comp and those sort of things. They definitely have to sign waivers for that.
Question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Maintenance would need to be on board, if, you know, just so they knew if it was any tables, chairs being moved or that type of thing.
Right.
You know, certainly that's not part of their normal duties.
Okay.
Second of all, I am very concerned on the security issue. I'm glad Captain Snow is here, because we certainly don't want people wandering the building and that type of thing if they bring families.
Okay.
So, I think we need to cross both of those bridges before finding that agreement.
Well, what would you like to see as far as security? I mean, what would be the
Just
rules?
to make sure that security knows about it
Okay.
and they don't have any issues.
Okay.
We'll just have to look at it, see what how late our gentlemen do stay there, or
Because
or the security.
that was my deal, if we approve this and then the sheriff's office comes back and says, well, we don't want people in here after 5 because we'll have to have security here and we'll have to pay them overtime to be here. That's the only issue I have is having to spend, you know, a lot of extra funds for this. As long as we don't have to do that, I don't have a problem.
Motion to table for 2 weeks while we look at this.
So the one concern is just security, and once I get an approval from Ms. Scott Walton, or what
From
am
the
I
sheriff's
waiting on?
office. They are the security for the courthouse.
And would you consider getting something signed off by Mr. Bays as well, that he's aware of that?
So I need a signature from Ryan Bays and from the sheriff's office saying they're in agreement to this.
Then bring it back 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried to table for 2 weeks.
Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding acknowledgement that the county does not have any objections to Larry Hilton placing a fence around his property, District 2.
Chairman Larry Hilton is a citizen of Rogers County, and he has property down there on Keensville Road. He approached us about closing off his property, which is inside the barricades that we have up. We felt interest of the county is to bring it before the board so that he can tell us what he wants to do.
Is he here? Is he here? Yes, sir. If you would come up.
Recently, the county had provided and installed a gate on the north side of where the road has failed due to the river erosion, and it's prevented people from coming down there dumping trash, which was a serious problem for some time, and it's definitely worked from that side. But now on my side, on the south side, I'm having issues with people entering my property and stealing my things that I keep down there on the river. So I want to install a gate similar to what they've installed on the south side, just to keep people off the property.
When the Claremore Progress brought to us the thing of trash and dumping down there, we approached it on the fact of stopping that, so we put up a fence. Without being able to go into much of it, Mr. Tanner Reeder with the Sheriff's Department has an open case on vandalism, upon obstruction of county property, upon mischief, nuisance, and everything that he's investigating right now with pictures. My road foreman, assistant road foreman's here, has pictures, plus the fact that whoever it was or whoever it may be, with what Mr. Hilton's talking about stealing, has also shot the cameras out of these trees. Therefore, they damaged county property, plus they took the SIM cards, so they know exactly what they're doing. But that investigation is underway by the sheriff's office, and I can't do more than just tell you where we're at on that. Mr. Hilton reproached us about the fact that he had a storage building on his property that was broken into, where he has his dock, and the same thing that was going on the north side is now going on the south side, so we thought it best to bring it before the board.
Questions?
Mr. Iskey, went to Mr. Iskey about this, and he directed to put it on the board for acknowledgement about this situation. And Mr. Tanner is a active sheriff deputy, right, Jerry?
No, you talking about Tandy Reader?
Tandy Reader.
Oh, Tandy.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done this.
Yeah, and he is the one doing the investigation.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I have a question.
If you'll come up front and give your name and your address.
John Sigalski, 9777 East 540 Road. Why does a person have to come here and ask you guys to put a fence on their property? I don't have to ask you. So can you tell me?
That's what I'd like to know.
Did I miss something?
Can I answer?
I wish you would.
Accusations have been that the county was doing things it shouldn't, so we just...
You have to talk up, I'm getting, my old age, I'm getting deaf.
Accusations, the county was, or the county, not the county, District 2 was doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or that we were trying to sideline some people, or that we were putting a undermining or whatever. We approached the DA with Larry's request. Mr. Iskey directed me that the best for that in that area was to go ahead and bring it before the board. That we had, again, what it says, no objections if I'm putting it up.
Do you have a map that we could look at, you know, what he wants to do?
Let me
Is
explain.
there something, you have?
No, hey, gentlemen, direct all of your comments to the board, please.
Oh, I'm not gonna talk to him.
Okay, but direct your comments up.
Yes, I know, I understand.
Okay.
We would not have order, we did that. By the way, before I forget, this building is really nice. It's the first time I've been in here.
Thank you.
And it's nice, okay? So, do you have a plan, do you have a plot plan that shows what he wants to do?
No, it's just his property that is down there.
So does it affect Keatonville Road at all? I mean, I don't know, I'm just asking.
Yes, it goes across Keatonville Road.
Can I have one in front of my house? That I can go across to my property across the street on 540 Road?
Is it inside the barriers?
What barriers?
The barriers that we have out?
Oh, I don't know, you don't, is this county property that he wants to fence? That's the bottom line.
No, this is his property.
Oh,
We just have an easement through there for that.
well then we got it at the same level. I mean, then it shouldn't be here either. Am I missing something?
You may be.
Like, sounds like it. Somebody explain to me?
Okay,
So good. I'm sorry, thank you anyway.
thank you. Well, I saw that guy back in the back. I'll give you a chance.
Oh, me or him? Got it.
You come on up.
Thank you.
What?
That's me, Mr. Howell. Commissioner, thanks for having me up here. Not much of a public speaker, however, on this item number 6. I do know Mr. Hilton, nice guy. Don't meet him any will.
Excuse me, did you give your name?
Steve Rayford, 23-125 Keatonville Road. And I'm kind of coming in on Mr. Hilton's coattails. I'm asking Commissioner Helm, when are you going to fix our road? When are you going to widen it? When are you going to resurface it? When are you going to fix the bridges? And the reason I'm coming in on Mr. Hilton is nobody should have fun on Keatonville Road unless we all do. And right now, the road's dangerous if you've not driven it in a while. And I'd like to see those things change or be improved.
What's his name?
It's horrible.
Rayford.
Mr. Rayford, as much as I'd like to discuss that, we have to discuss what is on the agenda, and that's about the fence.
Defense.
And I'm learning about it as we go here, so.
Well, my objection to the fence is only, not anything personal, Mr. Hilton, is nobody has fun on Keatonville Road till we all have fun. In other words, nobody gets any wishes granted until the rest of them, I assume the majority of us want the road in a better shape. It's horrible.
Okay.
And there's no access, or one access in, one access out. So I'd like to see that improved as well. I've talked to you before. So where are we on that? So we can all get behind Mr. Hilton on his desires and what he wants, his wishes. Because people are gonna piecemeal this out and then nobody's got any support once everybody gets what they want. And the rest of us are left hanging. Like the road shut down, it's never reopened. Some people are happy with that, I'm sure most of us are not. So I had to come in on his colors, Mr. Hilton's colors, to get this across.
Okay. Thank you.
No answer?
Johnny Messamore, 22866 South Keatonville Road. I heard that this was going to be a permanent closure of Keatonville Road. Basically, this is going to be the same thing that's on the north end, right? Something similar to that.
Yes, sir.
There's no permanency to it?
The barricades?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
if there would ever be a possibility that the road could be opened back up, these barricades and that fence could come down, right?
If it ever could, yes.
Okay, that's my only question.
Anyone else?
Mark Lechtenberg, 23707 South Keatonville Road. I really don't understand why Larry would get a barricade on his side. If he wants to protect his property, why didn't he fence his property instead of fencing the road? It just doesn't make sense. You know, and I understand you put the barricade up on the north side because you and some people were dumping illegally down there and filling it in. You know, and we just need something done out there. We got our bridges about ready to cave in. And if he goes his end in, we're afraid that it'll be permanent. And if we ever have a disaster down there, have a fire, which we're in, what, 3-year drought now, we've no way to get out. You've got a lawsuit now. This will be one hell of a lawsuit if the road is closed and it's not taken care of for us. If you close us off where we can't get out, we have a disaster down here, Rogers County's in big trouble. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
One more question, Johnny Messamore again. This wouldn't close off the opportunity possibly for other avenues for that road to go, right? There would always be options, some that have been presented in the past and voted down.
Yes,
That-
those options that were voted down were voted
This is
by-
only dealing with this one particular piece of property where the road sank.
That-
Between
Those
those
options
two.
were put on the table, they were voted down, funding was taken away. This is only inside the barricades
Okay.
that we already have up and have been established for the last 5 years.
Is that a section line road?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, some of it is.
90% of it.
What was
the question?
Section.
Hey, we're having a discussion up here. Is it a section line road?
Some of it is, yes.
Some of it is.
Yeah.
Is the portion where it's barricaded, is that section line road?
No. It's the section back up here where we talk about going south, across, right there. That's the section line road. That would be a half section in with factories.
Is it laid out, section line from 1907, whether there's a road there or not, is it a section line road?
On the very front it is.
Where the barricades are at?
No.
How would that not be a
Back
section?
up about 5 feet. It's a half section right there.
If it's a section line road, you can't vacate it ever.
We're not
because
trying to
it's in the Cherokee Nation.
We're not trying to vacate that.
Well, I understand, their concern is that if you put up a barricade, then the road can never be opened again.
We're not-
Unless there was a
We're
lot
not
of legal
closing the road,
maneuvering.
we're not closing the road, we're not doing anything, we simply barricade the area that has failed, and this property is within that area.
And so, I'm actually with this one gentleman, I don't understand why someone would come in and ask to fence their own property. If they own it, they can fence it. If they don't own it, then I don't see how they can fence it.
It's a place where we've been down this road with Keatonville. Statements have been made, we haven't been open, so we wanted to make sure everybody knew what was going on down there.
Mr. Hilton?
Yes, sir. The reason I want to put the fence across the road is to keep people off of the road.
I understand.
To where, and so, I mean, I could fence my property off, but they could still come up and down the road and into my property. Similar to what Mr. Elmer of the county has done on the north side, they put a barrier across. So me putting a barrier across the road, another barrier, there's already one. They can't come through the north side, and they can't get through the north side from the south side, but they can get up to it through my property, which is the problem that I have getting my things stolen. So I don't have a problem putting a fence around my property, but they're still going up and down Keatonville Road, which is closed, which is damaged, and can create a liability maybe for the county, because it's washed out. Somebody goes and falls off that washout, gets hurt, there's going to be problems.
I understand your concept, you want to keep people out.
Yes, sir.
But if there are barricades that say road closed, and people go down those, stupidity ought to be painful if they fall off. Okay, that's a law enforcement issue, they need to go out there and write tickets or whatever, but I can't understand why this is even on the agenda. Because we can't, I mean, I don't ask anybody if I can fence my place.
Well, actually, what started this is, there was mention in the newspaper here back in 2008, shortly after the road broke in June. And it says here, the Assistant District Attorney Barry Farbrough said he was, let's see, just coming back up here. If the road remains closed for a period of years, it would revert back to the former owner. Assistant District Attorney Barry Farbrough said he has not researched the subject, but believes at least 2 years were required before an abandoned road reverts to the private ownership. An agenda item could release the road sooner. It's been 5 years, and that's what I had actually put on, had requested was a reversion, get the road reverted back to me, as well as, and put a gate up. So, but I don't know what's going on with the reversion, if that can or can't be done due to Cherokee.
Yeah, if it's a section line road, it cannot be vacated.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
and I didn't really get a clear answer over here when I asked, is it a section line road? And either it is or it isn't. So,
but
I don't know why the county, I mean, if I'm gonna close a road in District 3, I go down and barricade it. I put up concrete, whatever it takes to block it off.
Right, right.
I'm
So it's closed, they can't get through, but all I'm asking for is another gate, just to keep them from getting past this point of my property where they can come in and steal things. And it's not gonna hurt anybody here, because they can't get through anyway. So just by adding another gate.
I know what the fear is here. The fear is if you put a fence there, then if Commissioner Helm or someone in the future decide to fix that road the way it was,
Yes, sir.
then there's gonna be a huge legal battle over, well, who owns that property? That's the fear. They don't wanna get down there, your neighbors don't, but they want to be able to have that road fixed at some point.
I would think eminent domain would probably take over or something.
That still costs a lot of money.
Yeah, well, that I understand, but there's already a gate that the county's put up there, so you see what I'm saying, it's just by me adding a gate, I don't see where I'm gonna prevent the county or the state from.
I didn't say you would, I said that's the fear.
Okay, well, I mean, I respect the fear that people have, but I asking for something as simple as putting a gate across the road. And not a big deal, it's not gonna change anything for anybody here or anybody else in the county that wants to use that road. They just won't be able to go as far on my property as they do now.
Chairman, under that, we asked for legal counsel, and legal counsel directed us in this decision to put it on the agenda like this.
I understand.
It's from legal counsel that we put it on the agenda so that all the people in the board and those that were in and around know exactly what we're doing.
Someone hadn't got to speak yet.
Is he still talking?
No. Ma'am, you haven't said anything yet. If you would, come on up to the front.
Okay.
If you would give your name and your address, please.
Mary Rayford at 23-125 South Keatonville Road. Lived there 17 years. I've seen the road just deteriorate to where it's so unsafe and undesirable to drive on. And what do we need to do to get our road open? And I would like my road to be as nice as Commissioner Helms or yours. I would like to be able to have 2 accesses to my home. And I'd like our bridges fixed. They are very dangerous. And I know there's a lot of questions, but I want our road fixed. We've been more than patient. It's been 2008 when the road was closed. We've had all kinds of stories. I've heard it once that we had the money and something happened.
Ma'am, as much as I would love to discuss your road situation, we have to stick with what's on the agenda.
That's why I'm asking.
And that's a fence.
But that's why I'm up here asking, what do the community, our road, what do we need to do to get some action? To get some action for the concern of the safety of your citizens in Rogers County, to be able to just get home, go to the grocery store, take your children to school, and go to church. It is an obstacle on that road.
Amen.
Very unsafe. We're letting you all know right now, it is dangerous. And you've been told, and we've gotten the runaround every time we come. We want to know from you, our commissioners, what we need to do. We would love to do that. We'll do whatever necessary, by the way. Because we're going to have a meeting. It's not funny to us, sir.
It's not
very
funny to me too either, ma'am. It's not in my district. It's in a different district.
I know
If it's
which
in my
district.
district, it would have been taken care of by now.
Well, then-
I'm just telling, and I'm gonna say to Mr. Helm, it's time you get something done with this road.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. If you got problems with the road, get out and fix the road.
We are going to do something. And
Very
I want to
good.
thank you
So-
all. Thank you all.
But I'm gonna say also in the support of Mr. Helm, that if, I don't know what the issues are with the road, like I said, it's not in my district. I don't go look at the roads in his district, he doesn't look
I
at them.
have, and I've heard, and I've heard, andVe seen his road, very nice. I want my road as nice as Commissioner Helms' road. I want our road maintained that's a highway. I want it maintained, and I want it to be safe for children and for our families. And that is not too much to ask from Rogers County to do that.
What I'm saying is, if he has an issue with the road, he needs to take care of his road, just like if Commissioner Thacker has one in his
Yes, sir.
district, he takes care of his roads. If I
Yes,
have
sir.
issues, I take care of mine.
Then what do we need to do?
Do you?
Get a new commissioner.
Yeah, but we have 3 years left. I want to know where we are.
All right,
We're getting more
ma'am.
information.
Good luck with you.
Ma'am, I really, as much as I'd like to discuss the
How do we
situation
get on
of
the
your,
agenda, sir?
it's, someone said the answer. That's the answer to your question.
What's that? The answer?
Vote him out and get a new one.
No, that's, right now, that's too far along,
And-
even, we're getting
Well,
so
I mean,
tired.
you asked the question, and that is the answer to that question.
Just like the
But
other two districts, if we have that problem, they can vote us out, or if we're not doing our job. That's all I can say to that. You know, I've sat here quiet and listened to this. I've heard these Keatonville Road stories for so long.
Me too.
Yes.
If you have a problem with your road, get your road fixed, and then you don't have these issues.
Yep. Think
Okay.
that we
That's all I
deserve it. Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna let,
Sure, no problem.
sir, I'm letting everybody speak that hasn't got a
Sure.
chance yet, and then we'll.
Absolutely.
My name is Rex Vaughn, 6616 East Keatonville Road, and I'm with her. I mean, when's our road, are we ever gonna be able to get the road fixed if he blocks it off? Because we really want that road fixed up. We wanna be able to drive back through there. I have a shop on 46th Street and just past 169 by the Air National Guard. I used to drive through there, it'd take me 15 minutes to get to the shop. Now I gotta go all the way around. That there was like 8 miles. Now I go around, it's 20. And traffic, and it's ridiculous. And I've got several employees that live on Keatonville Road. And they've all expressed interest wanting to get back through there, so it's not so far around. We want our road back.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want no gate up there.
Again, as much as I would love to discuss
I'm just
the
saying, I
fact
don't
that
want
your
a
road,
gate there.
okay, let me say it this way. We have to discuss, or we're supposed to discuss, what is on the agenda, or otherwise we're getting out of what we're supposed to be doing.
I understand, but if they put that gate up there, then that's gonna be possibilities of blocking that road off, and we're not gonna get it back. That's my
Well,
concern.
and that's what I was saying, that was the fear, and I understand that. Did you have anything else? Okay. Mr. Iskey, I'll just ask legal. If the man puts a fence up, or if anyone puts a fence up, does that take away the opportunity to put that road back without spending any money on it? I mean, it's the county's road, whether it's open or whether it's closed.
When you ask a lawyer, is it possible? The answer is gonna be yes, anything is possible when you ask a lawyer. Is it possible that putting the gate up may affect the ability of the county to reopen that road in its exact same location? The answer is yes, it's possible.
Likely?
I don't predict judges anymore, they've been
Exactly.
way too long.
Exactly. Okay.
I do have one other thing.
Yes, sir.
Do you have to deed him the road? No? Yes?
No. He's just
So it's still-
it's just like we have on the other side. It's just a fence and a gate, just like we have on the
Well,
other
I
side.
used to bell hay down there, and I can't get through that gate with Larry and them. So how,
The north side is a gate with a lock on it.
yeah.
And it's such a totally protective of people going through there.
Is he gonna fence off down by the river to keep anybody from a boat from coming up there to get to his property?
And he asked to be able to fence off his property. That's inside the barricade.
Well, I oppose it.
Okay. Did we have, anyone else that hadn't got us a chance? Right back there, you hadn't spoke yet. If you would give your name and address.
I'm Ted Lark, 6481 East Keatonville Road. I just have a question. The county saw fit to barricade this house, the north side of that area, back to the agenda item to avoid any future legal problems with the property or any potential liability that I hear there's there, and it does exist. Why doesn't the county take responsibility of doing the south side barricade? So they barricade both.
Do you want to answer that? Commissioner Hill?
Yes, Chairman. We did barricade the south side and put up a gate. He's talking on down into where people are taking their four-wheelers and Jeeps.
Well,
and going
without a
down.
map, it's hard for us to understand
Going down towards
really what's going on.
where his property is. Where the road is barricaded.
It's difficult for us to understand the geometry of all this.
How are they getting down there if the road's barricaded?
They go around the far side. It's barricaded all the way up to the hill. The far side is, that is Mr. Hilton's property. They go down there around that.
Ma'am, you had it.
Thank you.
If you would give your name and address.
My name is Sharon Forrest. I live at 23625A South 4120 Road. And my main concern here, and I got nothing against the gentleman, I don't even live on that road. The precedent, I'm curious, and I can't quite get it clear in my mind, is this gentleman is wanting to put a private fence over a county road? And that is my question. And if inside, outside barriers, barricades, I'm just wondering what kind of a precedent this is gonna set. If we're allowed to put private fence over a county road. I mean, like Mr. Segilski said here, I'd like one. And people come barreling down my road because they can't get up down Keatonville Road anymore. They're coming barreling down that hill there, Old Perky's Hill, about 55, 60 miles an hour, taking out our fences 3 or 4 times a year. And heck yeah, if we can put a private fence over a county road, I want in on that.
Me too. Me too. Okay, thank you. Mr. Hilton?
This, you guys, I think we could simplify this, Mr. Larkin put it right, I think, if eyes won't be on me. By the way, my name is Helton with an E, if you'll.
Oh, Hilton, okay.
Helton with an E,
Hilton.
yes, yeah, thank you. And, but yeah, if we can get the county just to put the same thing on the south side that they did on the north side, it's a done deal. And I'm not the bad guy, I'm not the one, and we can take me out of the picture here. So, because the county did this here, they can do this here, and I think it'll be over with, and it won't be an individual asking for special favors, and I'm not asking for that.
Mr. Hilton?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take the permission by this being a legal meeting that you gave us permission to put up the fence.
Very good, thank you.
You had something else?
Yes,
I'll get
he's
you
already
the
got a fence
resolution.
up there blocking the road, why does he need another one? The county's already blocked the road, and Mr. Hilton isn't close to the fault, it's up, the fence is up closer to it. So if he wants to fence his property on the fence, I don't think he should be able to put another gate up, there's already one there.
He's not putting one up, the county apparently is.
Well,
putting
the
one up.
county's gonna do it, but
And
why
well,
would the county
see,
do
that's
that?
that's a whole different deal. That takes care of the precedent, because, I mean, the county commissioner can go block any road we need to block. Private individual.
But it's already blocked.
Well, we can block it in several places if we need to. I mean, I understand, I mean, I'm very familiar with properties up and down the river, and it doesn't matter how big a fence you have, someone's gonna be deer hunting, drinking, smoking, doing something. My issue with this was simply the way this was worded. We're not gonna vote to tell someone they can or they can't put up a fence. I don't give a darn if they put up a fence or not. But this, I just didn't understand this agenda item. I mean, I'm learning about it just like you are, because we don't get together and discuss these things beforehand. So we wanted everyone to have the opportunity to say their, voice their concerns. And now that they've voiced them, Mr. Helton has basically withdrawn his request. Commissioner Helm says, yeah, we'll do that. So it takes away any pretense that the road can never be opened up again, or if, you know, because if the county blocks it, we can go ahead and unblock it. If he decides he wants to fix it, or a future commissioner, or whatever. So that takes that away. Celicia, you've been waiting patiently.
Thank you. My name's Celicia Wilkin. I'm with the Claremore Progress. I have a couple questions. First of all, even if the county does move their fence forward, I presume probably to be in the place that Mr. Hilton would have preferred that the fence would be. There are other property owners that have property along that faulted roadway. One, how will they gain access to their property? And secondly, since it would be a county gate, as on the other side of the road, there's currently a lock on that gate, like a code lock. What about private citizen access? Are you going to prevent anyone but the property owners from accessing their own property? Even though that's still a county roadway, would they be allowed to have other citizens on that property? I mean, I'm just wondering if there's other potential problems, because once you put a gate up, you know, there will be some people that I would think have a legal right. So have you thought of those issues and addressed them, or are you planning on putting your fence beyond these people's property so that it only blocks the road that's damaged and not farther down the hill?
You want to answer that?
Yeah, we blocked the road, we put the fence up, we gave a combination to the to the gate, to the gas company, and to the landowner on that side. And it is a combination. And it has stopped the dumping, stopped the trash, it stopped people going. But again, like I said, there is a case that our deputies are working where total destruction to county property has been going on. Mr. Hilton has had break-ins into his place, so the easiest thing to do would be put up a gate and a fence and give only that combination to those that have access to that property.
Okay, if you do that, would you not then open the door to any person that has a dead-end road that is having a problem with vandalism or theft, that the county would then be required to gate off their property to prevent those things? I mean,
Makes sense.
Dead-end road, this is a barricaded road.
but you're going to put the fence beyond the barricade. You're going to put it farther down, because I've been down where his property is.
We put the road, the one we have at Mr. Reed Oppenheimer's place is at his property, where they can't get back in there to dump any of the trash or any of that other things. They went back in there, the cartridges or shooting down there all the time, all that has been eliminated. We put up cameras so that we catch the people that are going back in there. The people located the cameras, destroyed county equipment. We'll do the same thing on Mr. Hilton's side to make sure nobody gets in there.
Well, there is dumping that's still happening on that side, because I went down there and checked it out, and there's more asphalt. I have pictures. I've checked it out periodically over the last 6 or 7 months. So my question is,
There's nobody that's been in since we put up the cameras.
how do you plan on effectively managing the other side?
Hold on, there's been no one in there since we put up the cameras and the gate. There's nobody there. We have pictures and everything. We turned over to the sheriff's department. A pending case.
Okay, as much as I would like to discuss,
I'm sorry, my apologies. I just want to know how he's going to manage the other side if he's planning on doing the same thing. That's really my question.
Same way we do on the north side.
okay.
And again, my finish here is that the people that are here, I appreciate you speaking. There was a vote taken by this board. It was 2-1, not to fund it and take funding away. So we are trying to do other things where it wouldn't impact any district and go out for other funding.
Okay. Do we have a motion on this, item number 6? Do we want to take no action?
Take no action. Mr. Hilton gave us a permission to put a fence.
Okay, item number 6, we'll take no action. And if you all want to stay, you can. If you don't, you don't have to either way. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. We'll give them a minute.
Anyway, I think,
Thank you, sir.
I like it. You guys are doing a good job.
Well, thank you.
And you're doing a good job for us, okay?
Well, thank you, sir.
Can I ask how you spell your name, sir?
Oh, sir, we didn't get the spelling on your name.
Cegielski. Cegielski.
Thank you. And your first name?
John
John. Thank you, sir.
Martin Jr.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
Got it.
Thanks, sir. Item number 7, discussion and possible action. Oh, another fence. Discussion and possible action regarding placing, this is my fence. Placing a fence and a gate going north from the Sallyport at the jail to Patty Page Boulevard. This is something that, I just forgot his name, Todd Weisenbach had asked that we look at putting a fence so the bondsman can come in from the street and get in this back door over here. So it would go from the Sallyport all the way, and then we'd have to cut over. So your prisoners will still be contained, and the bondsman can come in after hours. Is that? Yes, sir. And is that something the sheriff's department is interested in? I mean, is that one deputy's idea, or is that a departmental?
That's department, because right now, when they need access, they have to open that long gate.
Right.
access, completely open to that entire between. This way it just puts them right there directly to it. They've got no reason to be in there, and it keeps everything just contained, the way it was originally designed.
Does the sheriff's department, have any bids on the fence, or you just want approval at this point?
I'm assuming just approval at this point, no bids that I'm aware of.
Okay, now we'll have to put concrete down that edge of the building, because once we fence that in, just on the east side of the cooling tower and the generator, then there's a little strip of concrete about a foot wide. I guess it's supposed to be a flower bed at some point, but that needs to come out and have concrete sidewalk put there. Do y'all have that in your budget?
To be honest, Commissioner Helm,
Well, hey,
I don't have a whole lot of information.
that's him down there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Thacker,
Oh, please don't get that confused.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve this with, Mr. Bays getting together with you all, finding out exactly what you want, get some prices put together, so we'll have an idea, and then we'll look for the funding through you all or us.
Mostly you. Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 8, reimbursement and resolution 2014-19 to deposit funds of $30,023.03 into 20-200 for travelers. Motion to approve. What was that for?
Travelers.
That's for the water, it's probably for the fire pump.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, fire pump
Yeah,
controller.
it's for the fire pump controller that was struck by lightning.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 9, reimbursement resolution 2014-19 to deposit funds. How come that has the same?
432.87.
Well, but how comes that has the same resolution number?
It's because it's a recurring resolution.
It's recurring?
Yes.
Okay. To deposit funds of $432.87 into 83 SD 200 for planning commission fuel reimbursement. Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker.
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Reimbursement resolution 2014-3 to deposit funds of $1,830.94 into 81 ST 200 for sheriff's fuel reimbursement.
Do number 11 too.
And number 11, reimbursement and resolution 2014-3 to deposit funds of $125.21.
Mr. Chairman.
Sir.
I'm sorry. I feel the need to pay attention to what's going on, and I'm very distracted by the noise that's going on. Would you calm the excess noise, please?
In this room? Because I can't hear it. Was it outside?
I hear discussions in the room, I hear
Okay.
discussions outside the room.
Take your conversations outside. I can't hear them, so I didn't notice it. Number 11, reimbursement, where we at? $125.21 into 81 ST 200 for assessor's fuel reimbursement.
Motion to approve.
Second. We could have done them all.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved on 10 and 11.
Reimbursement resolution 2014-3 to deposit funds of $332.97 into 83 ST 200 for assessor's fuel reimbursement. Motion to approve.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm. Motion's been carried and approved.
Where we at? Discussion and possible action for Rogers County Enhanced 911 Authority 10-001 for invoice from Riggs, Abney, Neal, Turpin, Orbison, and Lewis in the amount of $8,414.38. Discussion?
Does it pay it now and then have them pay us back after they're established?
Well,
Just us paying?
right now, it is billed to the Rogers County Board of Commissioners. I don't see anything that says anything different.
We've incurred it, so.
Motion to approve.
Is that a second?
Yeah.
Motion and a second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer.
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
motion's been carried and approved.
Item number 14, discussion and possible action to enter executive session. Tell you what, let's do item 21st, updates. That way, if someone wants to update, they can hear it, and they don't have to wait for this other deal. Announcements regarding county events and status updates for comments and discussion from county departments, elected officials as follows. 911 administrator, and she's not here. Assessor, building operations, county clerk.
They're building operations.
Clerk.
I really
Oh, I did. You have anything?
Somebody hit the emergency stop on the generator. This is gonna kind of affect maybe what we're doing with the fence. I'll just mention it, but somebody went through, hit the emergency stop. The emergency stop on the generator is in between the generator and the jail, kind of on that little sally port. Whenever you hit it, even though I think they pulled it back out, it still reads an error on the generator and cannot be reset until you go into the program, and it just takes a little bit. So, I mean, I think we need to look at seeing how to retrofit that too, but that is a concern. I mean, unless you go out there and you read the script across the controller, we don't know that it's been tripped, so until we don't have a generator come on. But grass went in, looks good, and start working with John from OSU to start helping us with some flower beds and put some stuff in there. I'd like to thank all three commissioners for providing help and tools and resources to get our yard looking great. Thank you, commissioners.
Question?
Yes, sir.
The hitting the reset button, is an unauthorized person has hit the...
Somebody could have bumped it with a shoulder. It's a red button like you'd see it like a fuel pump. You know, it's an emergency, it says emergency stop, and if you hit it, I mean, even though the generator isn't running, it senses that and isn't gonna let it kick on. It's a push button, so you can pop it back out, but until you physically go to open the doors, which are locked on our generator, and you open it up and you scroll through the display until you get to that, to reset it.
And who has access to that area where that's at?
Well, anyone right now that's walking through would have access to hit the button. Only myself and Butch would have a key to the actual generator to reset it.
Is that on the back side?
It's on the back
east side? Okay.
It's facing the jail.
When do you think
Okay.
was
If
hit?
we put that fence up.
Do you have any idea what happened? It doesn't read the time when it was hit?
Well, it may have, it was early this morning, I just got it back up.
We need to put
You can look at the cameras and see if you did it.
Yeah, but it could have been days too.
Yeah.
But we need to put a guard of some kind over it.
The last time our generator come on was the 16th, so it'd be somewhere between the 16th when it tested and today.
July.
Okay.
Again, I'm simply concerned with someone who may have either, if they maliciously tampered with county property, I'm concerned about that. If it was an accident, then we need a training issue, because those...
And it is a nice weird button that just screams push me. I mean, it does, it screams, please touch me.
I didn't hear it.
So, and when we're talking about this, I don't know if this is something that we can talk to Cummins and we can move it to the other side, it would be outside of the fenced area. I don't know if there's any sort of reason it has to be on that side. It's something I can look into.
Or a box around it.
I mean, you can't block it.
No, just to keep from accidentally being.
Well, it's recessed.
Oh, it is?
Mhm.
So someone pushed it. Well, I mean, they didn't just lean
Most
up
likely.
against it. Okay. We'll just have to look.
I understand, I agree.
Okay. Good job,
Thank you,
Brian.
commissioners.
County clerk.
Where we at? County clerk.
I just want to thank Jenny Bentley again. She's been helping my new payroll person with helping her to learn the benefits, and she's also been helping us enter data to help her get started, so appreciate that.
Good job, Jamie. Court clerk. District Attorney's Office.
Mr. Chairman, does the court clerk know that we're waiting for documentation on paying this?
Teresa Teller?
I'm quite certain that
Teresa
yes,
Teller?
but I'll call.
She talked to her, she said she talked to her not the court clerk, but her first deputy. She talked to her this morning.
That we're waiting on the documentation. Would you double check that, please?
Yeah, we can confirm that.
Lecture board. Nope. Emergency management. Director Stokes.
Morning.
Commissioners. First thing, this past week, local emergency planning committee's been a big thing we've been working on since I took this office. We are set to have our very first LAPC meeting Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. I was hoping one of the commissioners could be there for that. I did go through the state, talk to them about no prior meetings, no minutes, nothing that we could find, and they actually, and I forget the title, I forget the title of the organization, I didn't write it down, but they oversee the LEPCs within the state, and they actually can override whoever is the director, and they actually assign me as the director, or as the chairman, as the chairman of the LEPC for Rogers County. So as of now, I am holding that position. I'm hoping that the community will kind of step in and take that role. I think they need to, most of them are actually from the community leaders, some of the business owners or factory owners, stuff that will hold that role. Anyway, we're set to have our first meeting, so I'm pretty excited about that, coming up Wednesday at 9 o'clock, be on the second floor.
LEPC, you said there's no minutes or no, is this some sort of required?
It's required that you attempt to put it together, that you attempt to show effort in putting it together in order for certain grants and things to be available.
Who's you? You said you're required.
The county. It's required for the emergency management director to oversee that, to make sure it happens, but it's also the board of county commissioners to make sure that it is going on and being attempted. And you guys have been working with me, diligently to try to help me get this process started. So I think we've been, according to the state, we've been, talking to them, we've been following right along and getting things done, so.
We're having a meeting Wednesday morning at what time?
9 o'clock on the second floor meeting.
Okay.
And,
Are you going to attend that?
I'll be glad to attend if only one of us though.
Commissioner Delozer will be there.
okay. As long as one of you are there, I'd appreciate it very much.
You said 9 a.m.?
9 a.m., yes, sir.
Yeah, put it down today.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, safety meetings start this week. Our regular scheduled safety meetings actually start tomorrow with District 1. I was on the phone with your secretary earlier, and she's working on to facilitate that, because he does need to set up a projector and a screen. And so anyway,
We'll do it in our new warehouse.
yeah, that's what we were kind of talking about. But in District 2 on Wednesday and District 3 on Thursday. So you guys have the room to do it right now, so I think we're good there. And the courthouse will be next Tuesday, all day long. And I've got a fire chiefs meeting this Saturday, called all the local fire chiefs, and set up a meeting this Saturday at 11 o'clock. We're going to do that here in the courthouse. It's just kind of a meet and greet, get to know each other and find out what they feel that emergency management role should be to them, and that way we can all chat with that. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Questions? Human Resources. IT. Inspections, Planning Commission. Really nothing? Judicial, OSU Extension.
Actually, I have a couple of things. On Wednesday, I'm taking, myself and our first educator, Walter, is taking 20 kids from Rogers County to the state 4-H roundup in Stillwater. Along with that, I may have some senior kids that will need to leave a car in the parking lot, and according to the new county or courthouse rules and regulations, it said it will need approval for that, because they'll be parked overnight. So I'm asking for approval of that. And then second of all, I will be out next week. I'm one of 3 people representing Oklahoma along with 25 exhibitors at the Southern Regionals Horse Show in Louisiana next week. So that's all I have.
Good job. I think we should give her approval. She's taking 20 kids. Just saying. Sheriff's Office.
Everything's good, sir.
Treasurer. Okay. And let's session. I'll
Here
do
she is.
public comments right now.
Well, Teresa's here.
Are you back?
Got money.
What we got?
I have the court clerk money in hand, so I'll put this in the computer and we'll be able to have all funds available.
So are you asking that we approve the salaries in their entirety?
Well, is that a transfer?
No, it's reimbursement, it doesn't come before the board.
Okay.
Okay, item number 15, claims. Number 1, salaries. We have a motion on,
Make a motion to approve all salaries.
Thacker,
aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 22, public comments and responses from board members. Celicia Wilkin with the Daily Progress.
I wanted to know if, the county's going to put up this gate on the other side of Keatonville Road. If anyone crosses that gate, or travels between the two gates, if that would be trespassing on county property, and if there would be any action taken against anyone that does that.
I can just tell you, we're gonna put up the gate, we'll put the cameras up so we have pictures of them again, and we'll turn it over to Sheriff's Department like we did previous.
Of what, just people on the county road?
Crossing.
Okay.
It says closed, road closed, so it's been identified as closure, and it's been identified in a different place where we do not want people in there.
Okay, and so, according to state statute, that people aren't allowed on a closed road? I mean, if it's county property, that's what I'm asking.
There's a closed road.
Right, I understand it's a closed road, but I'm asking you if people are allowed to be on a closed road.
You're talking about hopping the fence and walking over there?
Yes, sir.
I'm not a lawyer. I'd have to ask legal.
He didn't actually ask legal, he said he would have to, so we're going to.
Okay, I didn't know if
Do
you
you
was
have any
asking
other?
that. Oh, wait, I have another question.
That's what I said, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I want to know also about the ATV trails that have been put up and down the hill in that fault zone, if those will be closed as well, because there are currently citizens that travel that area, part of which to get to Mr. Helton's property where he has a park.
Will this gate stop them from doing that?
No, it won't prevent
I
that.
don't know the area.
The gate won't stop them from doing that?
Not if you're going to put it farther down on Mr. Helton's property, because they're still going to be able to get to his property from the top of the hill.
From the top?
Yes, there's ATV trails that go down the hill on his property and then come into where his park
Yeah,
is.
you're talking about his property. We're gonna put up a gate, put road closed, and we're gonna fence it, just like we did on the north side, put up cameras and go from there. And then I'll take a letter and send it to Mr. Iskey and ask him about people being on that area. That aren't ownership of that area.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Okay. Item number 14, under agenda items, discussion possible action to enter executive session pursuant to Oklahoma statutes 25 and 307B4 for the purpose of confidential communications between a public body and its attorney concerning a pending investigation, claim, or action if the public body, with the advice of its attorney, determines that disclosure will seriously impair the ability of the public body to process the claim. To wit, Mason Center versus City of Claremore, Rogers County case CV 2013-61. Mr. Iskey, is this a item that you would advise to go into executive session over?
Yes, Commissioner, I'd also like to just point out for just so there's no confusion, because as you read it, there obviously was some confusion. There's a typographical.
Okay.
First line would be Oklahoma statute annotated Title 27. It is Section 307, not in 307. It's just a point of clarification. This is a pending litigation, and the board needs to prepare a response.
Okay, I have a question before we vote. This is Mason Center versus the City of Claremore.
The title of the case is Mason Center, a partnership comprised of Don Eagleton Jr., R.C. Liebel, Gwen Liebel, Frank W. Podachan as trustees of the Frank W. Podachan Revocable Trust, dated January 11th, 1993, William E. Flanagan and William E. Flanagan as trustee of Connie J. Flanagan Trust, dated February 1st, 2008, and Melton Land Company, LLC plaintiffs versus City of Claremore, Oklahoma Municipal Corporation. We were given a summons and a notice of hearing in the case.
Okay, so, okay.
We are not a defendant in the case. We're a property owner.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried to go into an executive session.
We'll enter executive session at 10:31. And if we can get Delozer to bring the chairs down.
Because Danny said.
That's right, if you take care of the drugs, we wouldn't have any problems. C4 to, the motion was for.
All right, here we go.
C4 to RS30.
Where's all the others going?
Call this meeting back to order.
Thacker,
Here.
Delozer,
Aye, here.
Helm.
Here.
At 10:42 a.m. Okay, motion to adjourn executive session and re-enter regular session.
Oh, I'll make a motion.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
And number 16, discussion possible action regarding executive session item, Mason Center versus City of Claremore, Rogers County, case number CV 2013-61. Make a motion that the district attorney's office file an answer in that case.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
And to appease the planning commission director, I'd like to go back to unfinished business, item number 8. Mr. Curtis.
Commissioners, I just want to make sure that I may have incorrectly heard the motion. I just want to make sure the motion was to approve the PUD, not to approve the underlying, or not to approve zoning of RS30. Was I incorrect in hearing that motion?
Commissioner Helm, you made the motion. What was your motion?
I think I discussed the PUD going from C4 to RS30 in a PUD.
I
Going
don't,
from C4 and RS30 to PUD.
To a PUD.
That's what I just want to make sure.
And that was my second.
Just want to make sure.
Thank you.
My hearing, sir, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any public comments since we had executive session? Okay, just want to give you a chance. Item number 23, payment of purchase orders from all departments. How'd your weekend go?
I'm sorry?
How was your weekend?
Man, can't get any better than that.
It was the shortest weekend in history.
Woke up to great rain yesterday.
Oh, wasn't that nice? Oh.
Friday, 87 for a high.
Better than today's supposed to be.
99 today.
Subscribe. Okay, that's what I want. Thank you.
You can set eggs outside and get them hard boiled today.
You know, you keep complaining about it. Why don't you do something about it? Huh? Why don't you do something about the weather? You keep complaining about it all the time.
I'm gonna go out there and rain next year.
I'll get the motion from you. Yes, I got it. Okay.
Of course, I will agree with Michael. Oh, Christopher Columbus thing. You're a little trash.
What's that?
You know, he doesn't like Columbus Day. Yeah. I guess we just send it up
Wait a minute, you said final the ridge.
Another development.
What kind of problems is he stirring up now?
Nothing, not that I know of. There should be some Mylars down there somewhere.
What?
Mylars, there should be a.
Hey, is there a City of Catoosa meeting
Oh,
tonight?
do you?
It's every other Monday,
Yes.
isn't it?
First and
third.
First and third, yeah.
Planning commission meets tonight, so.
Hope not, I'd be there.
I thought they had a hearing tonight.
Maybe the Board of Adjustment.
Might be hard.
Yeah.
Is that what you need?
Yeah, these
Well,
need to be signed by him,
what's a good word over there these days?
so, no, I don't know what that is.
Well,
This,
keep waiting
this
for
goes
Walmart.
with this. So these four need to be signed,
Okay.
and this needs to be signed.
Yeah.
And she has her seal
You
here.
think that's gonna
And then she
Go
can
ahead
also, her,
go through now?
she does not need to sign it yet
I
until
think so.
the treasurer and the DEQ signed it, I've signed it.
Till everybody.
Yeah.
Until everyone signed it, until, that way, then that becomes the record. Now, this also needs to be filed, this has, I'll explain it to you.
Doing good?
Okay.
Oh, took them last night.
Okay, so, but don't let him leave without
Okay.
him signing it.
Okay.
Senator Rails asking for a TIF district.
Yeah, yeah.
Treasury Rails.
The former BMI.
Griffin Wheel with the plant there, 145th retired.
They want to build,
He said you can't leave till you sign this and this.
yes.
Okay.
They want to build a big paint booth and, I forget what other thing had to do. But
Yeah.
there right there.
Paint booth, and what was the other deal?
I don't remember.
Something.
Yeah, it
But
was
they're gonna still, add 300 jobs.
300 jobs.
And I'm trying to sell my house, so bring them on. Where you looking? My wife and I are going to sell our home, trade in, upgrade our motor home, and move to the state of Washington.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We traveled for 5 years.
These have to be signed and that by him before he leaves. Right. Okay.
I'd do it again.
I'm gonna need a pen.
Okay. I'm gonna,
Grandma doesn't like me.
tell Nelson I need a marker for the,
My grandson 7 miles away.
whatever they are.
Ain't no reason to be away.
What is this called? Mylar. Mylars. I need a pen for the Mylar signing. Okay.
I'll get you one if you need, I can provide you one.
Oh, Larry's gonna get me one. Okay. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah. Let him leave. Sign it.
Okay.
You cannot leave. Sign it.
You can't tell me what to do, Larry.
Please do not leave until you sign it.
Okay, Larry.
But he's asking politely.
Yeah, but he comes in here with this, oh, are you sure what you voted on? Not
I
happy-
apologize, Commissioner.
Not happy with that little response, Larry.
I apologize, Commissioner, my hearing. I will have that checked out.
You and Mr., what was it? How about that? Can you speak up? He seemed like a nice fellow.
You talking about Mr. Sigelski? Not Mr. Sigelski?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
lives
he
in
said-
your district.
He lives in my district? He's a really nice fellow. I thought he lived up there in,
His son lives on Campbell Road.
oh, okay. I just assumed, see, and I thought everyone was here for that one resolution to transfer money. All of what?
2,000 more.
Oh, where's
Hey,
Sonia?
hey, I'm waiting on you. Oh,
ready
she's
for work.
been there taking a nap.
I'm looking,
Break's over, Sonia.
They go through those pretty quickly.
Up here, they're stuck right there.
Yeah, they go good right here.
See, I thought that if you're gonna close a road, if you're going to give public access, you have to do a inverse condemnation action to do that.
Well, attorney.
There it is right there.
I'm just kinda curious, I would hate for us to get into another lawsuit, that would be unfortunate.
Did I really say, I just realized something. Did I really say that if people go and drive off that cliff, stupidity ought to be painful?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, great quote.
Why can I not
Pull it out, put it back.
rein it in sometimes?
Pulling it out, putting it back in.
Engage brain before.
Well, I mean, how is it the government's fault if someone drives off a cliff after they went past a barricade, a sign, you know, how is that anybody's fault but their own?
The same way that if you dump a cup of coffee in your lap, you can sue McDonald's.
Yeah, never underestimate.
And win.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
One comedian says it's stupid. You can't fix stupid.
I got that on a thing in my office in there. I think Ron Taylor Salad White said that.
This is the Plan Commission fuel reimbursement. Can you sign that back?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, Mike, what I found funny about what you said, you brought in the Claremore Progress about and talked about their story about illegal dumping. They accused you of doing the illegal dumping. Okay,
I ain't accusing anybody of anything. I just report facts, and when you have people that say
Keatonville Road wouldn't be your stronghold.
there are District 2 trucks down there
I know
dumping.
Johnny's lying.
I know, I just had to throw that in.
Yes, some of them do, yes.
Really?
Pictures of us dumping
Asphalt, yes, sir.
Why didn't you put those in the paper?
They didn't give me those.
I would say, you know, I don't know of any dumping that's been going on since we put up the fence.
I dumped a half a load in there this year.
You came from the south.
Yeah, that's why I need those barricades. That's why I need to put those barricades up.
You
It's
can't
too-
from,
it's
well, I
too
understand you
tempting.
can't from the north road's too bad. Can't get to it.
That's what I heard today.
It's been asphalted on the beach, but it hasn't been asphalted on the other side. We'll take that.
Oh,
Get them taken care of.
yeah, just take care of them.
Yeah, right.
Both of you.
Especially when, well, funding was there, voted 2-1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
There's
that
all-
was,
there's
that
all
was,
that
That's all
money
that
in
was
it.
about.
All that money, hey, let's just throw it away.
that's what I'm thinking.
Don't tell me go do it.
We didn't tell you what to do.
All I had one tell me.
Fix the road.
Yeah, fix the road.
I guarantee you, if I had that many people come to a meeting with a problem with one of my roads, I'd be the first road I'd go fix.
Well, the problem is they don't come to the meetings. They call me and want me to have them fix them.
Yeah, I agree. Call you to have me fix it?
Yeah.
That's,
I had a call one time, they wanted me to fire Mike. I did, seriously. The guy called me and he said, aren't you the president?
Why don't you just get on that little email thing and do your little thing too?
What email?
Rant rags over there.
What email?
Facebook, whatever it's called.
Oh, the
I'm gonna get on that.
Citizens for Justice.
I'll stay with
I got on there and wrote something here a while back.
I'll stay with my people.
Well, you're the webmaster of that, aren't you? Aren't you the webmaster?
He started a Facebook page, Recall Mike Helm.
I thought it was Marsh. You sure?
Do you think so?
I just asked.
I don't know who it is.
Throw out questions.
You know what? I don't look at it.
I do.
No,
I get on there and write stuff.
Goodbye, sir.
See you, man.
I don't have anything better to do than only get mad. I read, I look at it. Most of the time, I don't know.
Why? They're mostly picking on Mike. I like it. They were picking on me, but then I told the other side of the story, and they seem to be reasonable people.
All they have to worry about is liability. That man right there can pay.
What liability?
That man right there.
What, that man?
You get it?
What, are you suing somebody?
Yep.
Who you suing?
You don't know.
It doesn't
Got
matter.
her covered? You got it covered yet?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
How are you, Mac? More than you know.
Ooh, that sounds
That's
good.
what I like to hear. Thank you, brother.
I'm doing good, guys. How about y'all?
Oh, great, how about you?
Doing good.
Who you suing? Public record.
There's a District 1, excuse me.
You're not suing me, are you? Suing Dan? You're suing Sonia.
That's why we don't want anybody home.
I'm doing very well.
I couldn't do that. How do you put it on that island?
Oh, that doesn't bother me.
I have no idea.
Somebody's always suing somebody.
Or combo. Could have been the combo.
Could do. But I can't, put it, And then I've seen them with their hand up on the backside. How do you get that backside?
Yeah.
You got to kill it. Oof. Is that what it ended up costing, just $288?
That's just for the chair.
Huh?
Huh?
Is that all it costs, is $288?
What's that?
Thank you.
The desk. Is that all it costs, or is that just the chair?
That's chair.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, that is a sweet price. We should have to BJ about that other.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Come on, Sonia, keep them coming.
Kind of.
Keep them coming. Just don't break the cycle.
Got some skinny ones in there. Little bitty ones.
Thank you.
Only pants?
Those flags were out.
Guess everybody got new pants?
Did you see those flags were out?
Not everywhere.
32, 36.
Windows low in District 1.
It doesn't.
It's not a problem. Flags everywhere.
One more for you, sir.
I got two I saw coming down this morning. We gotta get replaced.
What?
Thank you.
Flags.
I keep a bunch of them
We do two.
on hand. When they start getting tattered, we change them.
We do two. You still on the track?
Huh?
You still throwing the track?
No, we don't throw them in
That
the
camera was on. I just thought it's.
Oh, I forgot about that camera. Good thing I said the truth.
Yeah.
We send most of them here, they put them in the, they have that they have that little program and they burn all the old flags.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
I saved the county some money on their water bill.
How'd you do that?
We went over to the courthouse, we're in the old county clerk's office,
Yeah.
and there was a leak there where the sink was removed. The carpet was soaked. So Butch went over there and fixed it.
They told me the water was off over there.
Well, that's what he said. He said he doesn't understand how that could happen, but
I wonder if it's just draining down off the other
Draining down
floor.
off the other floors.
yeah, it is. It's draining from other floors.
That is sweet to get paid for that fire pump. That is sweet.
So we pay for insurance.
That's a lot of money.
Big insurance. thousand goes into District 3. That's what Dan
They're
always
just,
does.
you sign, can they sign too?
Something you want to hold up.
New Year.
Oh, okay.
Let's let this year get to the end for you. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's what I told them all the last day of the fiscal year when they left. I said, well, see you guys next fiscal year.
You know, I've never had to use the gavel before. It's always Mike's issues. Ooh, that works better.
Ooh, yeah, that gets their attention.
Here, let's see. Which one's that? Yeah.
What is it?
Three rental cars. Three rental cars.
For what trip?
The Sheriff's Association trip, South Carolina.
Oh, the one to out of state? Can I get a copy of that purchase order?
Say, partner, what's that? What's up with you? Hailstone.
Not that much.
I thought it was a crowded day, so I was willing to give up my seat.
We noticed. So kind of you.
I knew what was coming, so.
Put George first. Mike always fills the place up.
He does, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Information.
So are you guys ready for the upcoming election? I saw you have some supporters parking out on the highway with some signs.
You know, that's actually a guy that works for District 3.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that until Glenn Sweet comes in and I said, somehow we started talking about it. He said, well, that guy works for you. I said, he does? He parks everywhere.
Oh, people have been sending me pictures. Unfortunately, none of their pictures are clear enough to use the print. I mean, we ran a picture of the guy with the sign in his truck last time.
Well, of course you do.
So if I can get a good picture of him, I'll run in.
You know, that guy who lives in Bays County,
He does? What's his name?
Donnie Huff.
They started out good.
But Glenn told me, he said, well, I heard he works for you. And I said, well, I don't know anything about it. And I called Terry and I said, hey, do we have any guys that drive a dually with an amber light bar on top? He said, yeah, I'm Donnie Huff. I said, oh, I didn't even know it.
Well, if you run into him, tell him to build me a picture and I'll put it in the minutes.
I don't hear much in the way of opposition this time. I wonder why.
Huh?
I wonder why.
I don't know. I haven't really heard much either.
Some people are against everything.
Just the phone.
Now, why was that funny? I'm not against it. Tell you what I'm against. I'm against fishing in the rain.
Oh,
I'm against that.
So, what are you guys gonna do with all the stuff out of the courthouse? I know what Danny's doing, because I went to his building and I saw all of his stuff, but I'm curious where all the other stuff's going.
What else is there in there?
This morning, get some door frames.
Door frames? I had some guys get those big heavy doors out, we're gonna make workbenches out of them. Them things are heavy. Thank you.
I asked the guys that were loading what they were doing, they said they were stacking stuff up.
Where are they stacking it?
I guess they were, some of your guys were just stacking it at the barn.
The wood off the door, off the judge's room, yeah, that's what we're doing. We got a big box built for it.
Yeah, I was kinda wondering if you're gonna be able to reuse it.
That's what we're gonna check and see if we can put it up on our break room, see if it'll hang right.
That'll be nice.
Or if it would go on the floor. Yeah, that's a good idea. It'll burn pretty quick. If we can do the floor, we could have a wooden floor and make it a little bit easier on those guys when they come in there.
Yeah, are you gonna, is that where you're gonna put those couches from last week?
We put the couches in one of our
Some
rooms, and then
signatures.
we put the other couch at O-Tens had asked for two couches, so they didn't have to bear them.
And they want a big call, I guess
Nice.
today,
And then they,
Brian,
got two
terminated.
ceiling fans.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And
That'll be on next time, won't it?
We got a big sink that we're gonna use for
Is that
hand
some
wash.
changes on this
To a
part-time? I've got 3 in here in my.
No, this is a termination.
I've got one that's quitting. He came in this morning and quitting, he got a full-time job. So he's leaving and he's leaving Thursday.
We'll have to go back to that, don't we?
Well, we can do it 2 ways. We can, yours are gonna be making less than what was approved today. I can change it for less,
They're all less.
There's that copy.
but
that
this
was
one's
requested.
more because he has comp, and he wouldn't pay his
What's
comp.
this?
That's a copy that was requested.
Copy that was requested.
So these.
Was he leaving?
Oh, thank you, yes, I appreciate that.
Was he leaving?
Yes.
Hey, this is a new contract for the.
I got you some tapes ordered.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll get
And
Larry's.
him a rock.
And what?
And a
Did
rock.
they give you a breakdown of these charges?
You know that deal they rent over those
He should, at least look.
fields to make
Hang
them,
on a minute, because they.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I was saying,
you know, one, they're just kind of white and then they run it, they were make some black.
Yeah,
Order one of them
I think they were signed.
and got some legal paper.
Okay, so it's, yeah, it'll be.
Alrighty. You've been busy.
Yeah, well, and I knew it was packed, I saw it coming, so I was gonna come back, but I was over at my chair. After that unfinished business, resolution stuff, I was pretty much done anyway, so.
Alrighty. I can't believe there was only one blanket.
We should tear down fences.
Squirrel. How about that, squirrel?
Well, he told me 6 months ago he was gonna get that blocked off, so.
Who did?
Mr. Helton.
Mr. Who?
Helton,
Mr. Hilton?
yes.
I don't know why Mike didn't just go block it off for him. It's not funny, Mr. Logan. It's not funny.
Nothing. Nothing's funny.
You mean take it man? Yeah,
I knew what you were laughing at.
What was I laughing at? I don't even
you don't,
Well, it wasn't
you're not
what
really
she
taking
was
anything back
talking
down there.
Oh, I think we're
No.
okay.
I know.
You thought about
Thank you, though.
squirrel and.
Saw that squirrel running across the parking lot, down across the fence where the four-wheeler trails are.
All I know is that the road is
It's
closed.
stuck together.
I love it when it's like.
Why don't you put some pilings in there and fix that?
Stuck.
Yeah, you're
Well,
voting.
this they're gonna take off
Keep
all
going
that.
over, so.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
We want things to go to
What does it matter?
Rogers
They
County.
took the copy of it under
That's what
it,
matters.
I don't know.
What does it matter?
and they put it on.
Yeah,
the
What's what
just to
matter?
hold it.
Which way
Yeah,
the road
that's
went?
stuff.
Because we want to direct people to spend their money in Rogers County.
Well, you know, we have things in Rogers County. When we get the grocery store and all that, we'll have it in Rogers County.
Hey, it needs to be in Rogers County.
That's where it'll be. It's like,
How's that knee, sir?
It's a little bit tender.
all that's in Rogers County.
We need it in Rogers County.
All the subdivisions in Rogers County.
I don't know if anybody told you, but Owasso, part of that town, is in Tulsa County.
You know, I know which part it is. Commissioner. I put one on my area.
Do you?
Yeah, I know my people.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you for all the people?
Mm-hmm.
Or part of the people?
Oh.
Yeah, I had three come in this morning,
Troy.
need to take off, and we've told them you can't
Troy.
take off.
Troy down,
It's
Twisted.
gotta come in so early, can't,
I don't even know the guy.
Oh,
These guys
please,
leave.
you want to sit down.
Well, I did go have to say on it.
How to get rid of him?
No.
Then those people, just get rid of him.
Well, they asked us.
That didn't happen to me.
That's him.
She asked the question, I answered.
He's gonna do that, this guy's, he's taking off,
Apparently, they can't get
took
rid of
off
you
this
fast
afternoon,
enough,
and tomorrow, and Wednesday,
from what I heard.
Do,
Do what?
and then the brush
And
off.
if that was Dan's, road, he'd already had it fixed.
He's got
I heard
2 hours.
That's what it said.
I'm just
I think they're taking
going out there now.
Hearing is the last
I'll
week,
tell you
they
what, I
told
don't know
them
how-
they can't take off, and then they've got.
I don't know how you accomplish that, but
Together.
I don't see anything under there that's not allowed. I mean, they're allowed to have concert, or there's $35 a day for food and per diem and rental and, I mean,
hey, Danny,
People think out of state.
I understand, but,
Oh, I know.
Danny, I'd like to know how you would, if that was your road, how you would have went and fixed that. That's what I want to know. How would you have done that?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
Maybe that's why,
maybe
maybe that's why it's not fixed.
Because I haven't seen it.
I need the receipts.
$13 million only goes so far, Danny.
Yeah, see, I don't think they, I bet the items, like, on the restaurant.
It's not like we, I think they just.
Still wonder how you pulled that off.
That's the only way you know whether someone's ordering extra meals or alcohol.
Are you gonna sign POs, or you gonna walk around?
I'm gonna go get this,
I'm not
and so I
understanding
don't have to
his,
mess with it.
and what he does. I don't understand
Who?
it.
Me?
I want to know all that.
Well, I don't know if you're hollering or not, because I can't hear.
Yeah, we want you to hear all that.
I'm just helping you out, Mark. Just helping you. I'm just.
Good, great job.
I just-
tell you what, if I get help like you, there'll be no reason to do that. You could get a hang on.
I didn't do
Already
anything
have
to
the
you.
road.
I didn't do anything to you.
You see that one?
Which one was that?
$544,000.
Who's that one?
Burrows.
Yeah, the insurance.
You know, we've already used that insurance, did you know that? They wrecked one of those new cars.
Are you kidding me? They've already wrecked one?
Would you like to know who the deputy was and if they carried a badge and gun and police certificate and did they sign all the policies?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
You can't, we don't have that yet. But we wrecked a new one.
Already wrecked a new one.
I was told that they wrecked an old one.
I didn't know about it either way, so.
On the way to a college.
I just wait until I read it in the Claremore Progress.
I'll wait until I read it when we get the report. Report that. Help me neither.
You haven't seen the report?
You?
Nope.
While you're signing,
Go away.
please, can you sign that, just saying that I'm here, I've signed the loyalty oath, that's my loyalty oath. That's what it is.
Are you loyal? Are you
Yeah, are you loyal?
I'm very loyal.
Hey, Scotty, did they ever find out where that money was at on that?
On
thing
the
from
LAPC?
upstairs? Yeah.
Way the state, well, the way
emergency management director said that you can do it is have a meeting, show the minutes, vote people in to be on that account, take the minutes to the bank. Mays County said they did it that way, and they did it through Rogers County Bank, so.
Okay.
So we're going to attempt that.
So we have these accounts that are basically floating around. I just know that one lady that came in here said that when she gets to heaven, she's going to tell Jesus that it's like home school. Oh, yeah. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, wow, she is serious.
One of his biggest fans.
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, Mike. I ain't worried about your feelers. I tell you this,
Jenny,
I'm not voting for you.
one of the commissioners to sign this stating that they give her permission. That way if I'm gone, she can
I didn't last time.
have access to those points too. So. She did over in the old courthouse.
Besides, we're trying to figure out who you're gonna get to run against Dan.
Yeah.
Probably a whole line of them. He's been taking applications.
Oh, that's funny. There we go.
Oh, he can sign right now.
You know what this
It's your day.
Yeah, I have my day.
You guys get me about every once a month. Today's your day.
I'll take it.
I haven't had my day in a while.
It's getting to happen.
Step on up if you wanna get it started,
I've
boys.
been taking applications for it.
Step on up.
I had a turnpike overpass hit.
Stick it on the stack.
Boy, they did tear it up too.
That's the way I do it.
Hmm?
That's the way it's done.
That's the way it's done.
The boy went to jail.
Jenny wanted somebody to sign.
Might have had something
Okay.
to drink.
Trooper said when he got out there,
I'm not Scotty
the guy
Stone.
was so drunk he thought he was
Well, she
dead.
wanted a commissioner to sign that, giving her approval
Approved by.
to have the keys to the.
Oh, initially.
Better your guardrail
That's
than
good.
another car.
Actually, it's turnpike's guardrail because it's on
Thank you.
on the actual bridge itself.
All right.
Did you see it? 4,200.
You what?
Just slip it in. That's what I do.
Yes.
No, I don't
Slide it in, let him sign it.
Pick it up north of Highway 20 now that it's not my area.
During the meeting, they can't take the time.
Oh, one of the ladies that was here, Kurt, she said that the map that was on the assessor's website said that, one of the ladies that was here, she said the map set on the assessor's website says that Keatonville Road is in District 3.
It's not.
And I know it's not, but I just thought I'd let you know.
Because if it was, I'd already fixed the road up
Yeah,
there.
you would.
I'd have fixed that road.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just letting you know, so you might check with the assessor about that, to make sure they're accurate.
There's a little bit up on top of the hill, across from Stone Canyon, that's in District 3. That's west of Keatonville Road, but it's further west. I mean, it's kind of up on top of the hill right there by 266, but I'll check on it.
I was
Yeah,
just
if it's in
passing
District
it
3,
on.
I'd already have it.
You asphalt all your roads every year, don't you?
Every year, asphalt all my roads every year. Yes.
I just don't know how you do it.
Well, actually, I don't do it every year, I just do it every 4 years, and then I asphalt all of them at one time, during election time. Now, that one lady did say she wanted the road as good as mine. She said yours and then mine. She'd be happy to know that my neighbors aren't happy with me.
I was just saying, maybe she hadn't been down my road.
My neighbors are
Mine's
not.
gravel.
My neighbors are not happy.
You want to go shred?
I haven't done anything to my road that
I
I
seen
live
him on the
on
hunt.
since I got in office.
The worst road I had in my
Except-
district was in
except,
front of my house.
mow
We
the
chip and
ditches.
sealed it last year before that.
Other than the subdivision, we haven't done anything to the subdivision.
I haven't done anything to it. I mow the ditches, and we did replace one culvert that was collapsing. And that's all I've done to my road.
You know, that's knocking, they don't know where I'm at. That's that one time they tried to do
do you live?
Winding Creek Drive.
Is that a section on the?
Is that a section long road? No, you get on. Half section. It's a half section.
There is no half section.
Yeah, they are.
It's either a section or it's not.
It's not a section long road, it's a half section. It's like the halves.
What is the difference between a half section and a section?
It's half as long as.
Statutory is a section road, half section is in between two section lines.
So what's 177?
A section line road.
But it's not all the way through the section. It dead ends at the golf course.
Is what?
It dead ends at the golf course. It doesn't go all
That's
the way
because
through.
the DA signed off on that. And made a turn.
I would really like a copy of that legal
There
opinion.
goes Jimmy.
I have not been able to get it.
He went and found our
Don't
shredder.
know anything about legal opinion. I know he's
Then he
signed
went and
off.
hunted for our shredder.
Where was it?
What, are you talking
They
about
left it over there in the
Farber?
building. I was afraid somebody
No, I'm
was gonna
talking
get it.
Gene
Gene Hayes. The
Hayes?
only one that can sign
Living
off on
short
it is
and then
Gene
was
Hayes.
doing that stuff in
Yeah.
the basement.
What did,
He found
I mean,
it.
did he like have to actually physically sign something? Or,
He
well,
signed up what?
I want them
Sign
to
the-
take
oh,
down
okay.
that
Well, I'll go
case
find the flag
in the
then.
hallway by the county
That'll work.
clerks, because it's got some awards and stuff that were presented to the county.
It's also been,
I asked them to do it before, but I think they forgot. I'm making a note right here.
are you talking about for a major collector?
no. That's two different things.
Okay. So when did they sign off on it, at the same time?
Yeah, 2006.
Okay.
2006, that's before we got here, Dan.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have so much animosity, Mike.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's my job to ask questions.
I was talking towards Dan and I, not towards you. This is about us.
I'm just clarifying. That's just my job.
Just doing the job, ma'am.
That's right. So on your new payroll clerk, I don't know when this happened, but I am assuming that she's up to speed on the FICA taxes and stuff that were missed, and like you guys have gotten that problem resolved, where those payments, the federal tax payments weren't made.
When was that?
I don't know if it was while, during the switchover between the two, between Cooksey and the other lady, or?
I'm not aware of any FICA taxes being missed.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just what I was told, that they were missed, at least 1 month they were missed, and there were some fees that were paid, I guess because they didn't have the
Teresa's always
federal,
on.
part of the federal part was not paid.
They were paid.
They were paid.
We do those direct deposit, and they were paid. And she's talking about April when Kathy was here, maybe? No, because I found her sheet where she made the deposit too. And I know we made May and June because I made them myself.
Teresa's always on top of that.
That's just, I'm just asking, that's just what I had heard. Obviously, I haven't written anything about it, because I didn't know for sure, so. You know.
I'm not aware of anything. It's funny what people come up with.
It is. I'm gonna catch Brian, he's right there. I might have about that.
Brian.
The only thing that we
We're getting there.
would be, trying to think of the dates. July 1st, we made a payment, it's $300 for one of District 2's employees for their time sheet. And it was like
Well, it's not 12 yet, so don't worry.
2 months before.
We'll be done by
And then they tried to correct it, so they didn't get correct it and give him this money.
Why you gotta be that way?
July 1, and I'd already made the deposit.
It's
So
not just us.
that money will go into this deposit.
Gotcha.
The July,
That's what.
because it was paid July 1. So it'll go every July.
Not what my
And
constituents say.
then today's will go
What?
in, so
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Are you guys getting close?
Close is a relative term.
Like an ant or
I don't know anymore because she puts new ones here. I don't see the pile.
He just keeps signing. No, don't put too many down there, don't get them all messed up.
Used to, I could look in the box and say, you know, we're, but now it's like, we think we're done, and then
Folder.
plops down another.
It really does help though on putting them back in the folders, because then we don't spend an hour separating them when we get back.
I can't believe you'd say we'd mix them up.
They're in order when I start.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, they always have been.
Those two boys on the
It's
end
factory
haven't
work, and by
done
the time
good.
it gets to the end, you don't know what happens.
So how do you search them now, since they're not separated by vendor?
Warrant number.
So you have to go into the computer and pull by vendor what you want, and then search them by warrant number?
Well, you can still search them by vendor in the computer, and then the warrant
You
number
have
will
two
be
sets
to
of
the
stuff to
side of it.
sign.
But they'll be filed by
This is his
fund
bridge.
and warrant number.
District one spending a little money.
Well, you guys have to pull everything for me now anyway, so I just have to tell you which warrant, or which,
Vendor.
vendor and fund it was, I guess.
We can print a list off the vendor, and then you can pick out which ones you want. And if they're from the same fund, or paid at the
Hello?
same time, they'll all be right there
Hello.
together.
Sorry you didn't make it out to
I can. Well, I guess.
Let him know.
Discuss.
I have to stay here till they're done.
Okay.
You have,
We're almost done here, so.
because they might say something
We're
They
gonna
might
see
come
that.
back with something.
No, because I'm filming the whole meeting. That's what I've been told to do.
No, what are you filming for? I didn't mean to ask you.
We're putting on
How
YouTube,
about,
so people that can't come get
how
to
about
have the whole meeting.
Chili's at noon?
Okay.
Yep.
We were gonna put them on our
Later.
website, but they're too big, the files are too big.
I got a red stamp. The idiot worker didn't turn in the ticket in time.
Migrant worker.
I can call him an idiot, it's me. I forgot to turn the ticket in.
Oh, God. I'll just tell you, just like you told those people, they need to get rid of you.
I didn't say they needed to get rid of
Oh, please.
That's not what I
Oh,
said.
what? It just repeated. We got a recorder now.
She asked how
Just
that
ask
could
a
happen.
question. I don't even want to
And I said, well, vote another one. I didn't recommend for or against. I'm not voting for you, I can tell you that. Next election, I guarantee you, I am not voting for you.
You can't.
That's not the point. Don't twist it around.
When's the next election?
For me, every day's election for me, Mike. Every day.
Yeah, I'm worried about it right now.
I'm not worried about it.
Well, you seem to be. You want to take care of me.
I didn't want to take care of
You're
you.
the one that took away the funding. Why you don't tell the whole story? I don't know.
Why don't you don't tell the whole story?
I told the whole story.
You
I
didn't
put it
tell the
on
whole
agenda.
story. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You had funding and you spent it somewhere else. It was legal, I know, I understand.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So how was the meeting, Larry, were they?
It went extremely well. Those are the meetings that.
Tell the whole story.
Just say it.
When we can get citizens and
I
developers.
did say
to
what
come
I meant.
together,
She asked a
walk
question
away
and I
from the
answered.
meeting both happy.
How do we get this handled? Well, you can let
That
me
makes
do
my
the
entire
rest.
career. It just makes me so happy. So
I didn't say they should.
Citizens that were here today,
Yeah.
they're very happy. We still had one citizen that was concerned, but
Maybe somewhere
we
they
can't.
have to.
His biggest concern was, there's a creek that straddles both properties, and he's
Well, don't
worried
worry.
about the kid
Whoever
falling in
you
the
run
creek and
against
dying.
me
I'm going,
can move over to
that's
District
not
2
something we can really.
and run against you.
Oh,
Right,
gosh.
and the fact that and what's so great is that the fence will be built by the homeowners association, will be maintained by the homeowners association. It's going way above and beyond than we can do.
I'm a big boy, I can take it. That's a
I mean, if
broad
they had
shoulder.
approached us with just regular zoning, we couldn't have asked for any of these items.
Yeah,
So it was great, and citizens were very happy.
that's good. That's real good.
That was
Teresa, when you lived in Water County,
Yes.
did you ever go out and find people to run against other people?
No, sir.
So you're saying you stuck to your own race? You
Yes.
took care of your own election? Wow. Words to live by. Won't you run against him, Celicia?
I have no desire to be a county commissioner.
Do what?
I have no desire to be a county
Well, see,
commissioner.
here's the problem. You gotta win first.
Although I have the legal right to, I do live in his district.
You did.
I don't have any desire to though.
To run or to
So you're
win?
saying you're gonna change?
Either.
These causing problems.
I have no desire to cause Commissioner Elm any problems either.
Oh, you can change that all day, he's salary, right? Not part-time. You can change that, yeah.
I just wanted to let you know. Do I need-
If you would've got the concrete out of my backyard, my husband probably
No more
would have put a sign in the yard.
changes, no more changes.
Really?
I try not to, I want to, that's the reason why I want to pull.
But I know you guys aren't allowed to do that, so he did the right thing.
I like the one.
But you know, it's funny.
Yeah.
We can't do that, but you could pile it down at the ditch and we can pick it up.
I live in the city of Claremore, so I wouldn't do either of those things. Yeah, I wouldn't do any of that
In the
stuff.
city of Claremore.
I've already taken care of it, no worries. It is in the pool, so.
I picked up some concrete.
Really well, actually. I finally found someone with a tractor that was willing to come and do it for me.
You said that it would, the last 14 trips over here.
I'm extremely grateful.
Hmm?
I'm extremely grateful.
No, it's not. Sonia, she said, we're almost done.
Hey, does anyone know when the auditors are gonna be done?
When they're finished. I really don't know. Think something juicy's going on?
I doubt it, but it'll be something right, no matter what they do, so.
Well, you can write about today's meeting.
I'm gonna write about today's meeting. And I'll probably do another story about Larry's PUD, so people know that that was resolved in a positive way and moving forward and more growth and development for Rogers County.
Teresa, you guys have a beautiful courthouse on the outside.
That was the one that we really tried to tell them is that right now there's commercial selling that there.
And now a taco.
And so we tried to,
Yeah,
And now a taco.
residential or commercial here. And also the plat that I had originally, the preliminary plat I had was a project 4 or 5 years ago, sorry, had been connected with the subdivision to the south, and they didn't want that, and so I'm just like, okay, well, we're not going to, so.
Hey, this $2,152 in criminal justice is out of their account, right? Not out of the.
Is that to pay a bill?
Yeah, is that criminal justice?
Yes.
Oh, I have another question about that. I got a couple of late payments from the sheriff's, the city of Claremore sent them a cutoff notice
Yeah.
because their bill wasn't paid.
I don't know. That's criminal justice.
Is it criminal justice or the sheriff's office?
I think it's criminal justice, but it goes to the clerk's office to be paid, so I don't know if they didn't get it to you in time. I don't know
What
what
bill?
it was to the city of Claremore electric bill. I've been meaning to come over and ask you all that, I just haven't had a chance to get over it.
When they submit the proper documentation, then they process it.
I don't know, I need to get a copy of all that stuff to find out when they send it to you.
Pay to the city of Claremore.
Yeah, and I think there was a credit card bill that was late too. There were 2 bills, credit late.
Those are in criminal justice because they had the shortfall, because they had no money, because they didn't schedule it out right. And then they had workers' comp that they didn't do right either. So they had workers' comp, they had a couple other things. Amanda was gone on this trip, and they submitted it, and we didn't know where to pull the funds from. So wherever they put the funds, that's where we can pull it from. And John sent over a thing, he didn't realize. I mean, something needs to realize it's jail, but it's also gotta have funding too.
Gotcha. So just during that turnover.
And then on the credit card one is where there was 6, hello, I'm asking you a question. 6
don't know, I don't keep up with it.
Well, I think there were 6 people took a trip, and when we start doing the daily, or what they spent, that one was held up,
Just a couple of them.
and we had to send it to the DA. And then Nelson had to grab hold of it and go find out who did what, and then they presented checks for payment.
Gotcha.
They're part of it.
So everything's all paid up now?
Well, as long as they have the funds right. I think, did we get the workers' comp?
No.
So that's still out there. That's on it. And I can't just,
This is all.
But I haven't asked them
Is
for
it?
it either, because I still have 2 months to figure.
so we can't just make them produce the money. They gotta tell us what they did or where they went with it.
It
But
was-
I'm not the chairman. You ask him. I just thought that I'd follow him.
I'm just curious. I'd gotten information about it, so I just hadn't had a chance to check into it.
A lot of this will become so much easier when we get the P card instituted. And once the P card is instituted, then a lot of stuff will make it where we know exactly.
Thank you.
Will that be countywide? I mean, each department will be able to have a P card
Oh, yeah.
and they'll be able to use it for
The
purchasing?
Board of County Commissioners will institute it.
This
and
is
we'll
just
make
regular paper, so we can sign it with
we'll make
regular
the,
ink.
rules and what has to happen to be able to use it.
I know a lot of businesses
It's
use
under Title
those.
74.
They're pretty convenient.
Just 'cause it's legal don't mean it's a good idea.
Well, I think it's like everything else, though. You just have to have people in charge of that,
And what's nice is because you get 1.435 back by using the card,
Percent.
which allows the county to have money in their accounts coming back to the county's general fund.
I hope we're not gonna have to hear the what's in your wallet slogan once you get them.
Did we get a 1099? Do we have a 1099 file before I sign this?
For the court clerk, I mean, not the court clerk, but Chrissy.
Second page.
We have our social security number.
So we have a,
We have everything we need until we
Yeah,
send
they
out the
turned in their social
1099.
security number, so.
Does the county issue a 1099 statements to property owners when when there's work that's done on their property? Do you know what happened?
What?
Thank for work.
Like if they have, I'm not exactly sure.
Pay them
So I'm not doing that.
for rental.
I'm serious, I don't ever do that. Put
I
this
always
back
do,
here.
I always do.
Make a purchase, I think, from the library.
You done got on my nerves once today.
do I have to sign the small ones? Do I have to sign the small one? Do you want the small one signed too?
I didn't bring that.
Who's right there?
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason that we do it this way, to make sure that everything is signed. 2 eyes are looking at it.
I don't take it.
You gotta sign the little one.
A small sheet right there.
Oh, give me that back. I don't want to do it. Come on. Okay, so back to the other. We were good, Teresa?
Got anything else?
Yes.
We good? Oh.
With all of them? Do we have a motion to pay purchase orders from all departments?
So moved.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer,
Just one said.
Helm.
Aye.
Motion's been carried and approved.
Go back to new business.
Huh?
We need to go back to new business.
Do we?
Teresa?
Payroll claims.
No, they took care of that earlier. They took care of all of that earlier.
For the increase
Oh, the increase, I'm sorry.
on
I
Christopher.
thought you were talking about court clerks reimbursement.
So we need to go back to new business,
Payroll claims.
okay? Who's talking on that?
She can explain it.
Is that it?
The maintenance department had a termination in their department, and they want to pay the comp time with this month's payroll. So there's an increase of $123 to what was presented earlier for gross wages.
So if we don't do it now, they'd have to wait, and they're asking for their check when we terminate, right?
Yes, and it's really good if we can do it at the same time they terminate.
Make a motion to pay the wage claim on Christopher Allen.
Second.
Yes, sir.
Thacker,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
Delozer. Motion's been carried and approved.
Our chairman signatures,
Where at?
the two at the bottom.
These two, you mean? We have a motion to adjourn or recess.
Okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thacker,
Aye.
Delozer, not here. Helm,
Aye.
motion's been carried to adjourn at
11:44.
11:02.
Hey, are you going